What up, my people? Happy Saturday. Happy fight day. Happy 287 Miami. I bet it's hot as hell over there right now. Holy smokes. What a card we got today, boys. Man, I am voice is a little shot, recovering, sick earlier this week. So if you hear me cough, hear me clear my throat a couple times, apologies in advance. Trying to work through it here, but I definitely feel a lot better. A lot better than earlier in the week for sure. So back again, back at it for another show this week. And there is a ton of stuff going on in the strike world. How about it, boys? Glad to see everybody popping in here. Cool. We do got a lot of stuff to talk about. And I'm going to get right into it. I know some people are waiting on that. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Del Boy in the house. I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. But appreciate everybody hanging out. Not going to be too long of a show. We definitely got a lot of material to cover. I don't have any guests this week. Anybody watching or anybody that wants to join in, I'm trying to get a good panel of collectors to try and jump on with me. You don't have to share your video if you don't want to. You could come on strictly audio if you want. It'll be like an emoji for your face. But I like to get like 3 or 4 people with me, maybe next week. That way we could have a nice little discussion, especially because there's a lot of stuff going on. I think having a few people on might be fun time on a Saturday before some fights. So let me know, hit me up, DM me on Discord. Let me know. All collector sizes are welcome. Doesn't matter if you got a few moments. It's good to hear everybody's point of view. Good to hear from like every type of collector. So doesn't matter if you got a large collection, small collection, just hit me up. And I'm going to try and work and get like a couple collector shows in to try and have, different people voice their opinions, get some information out. And it's always good to hear other people's point of view on stuff. So without further ado, the size definitely doesn't matter for sure. Sprat, thank you. The Khabib champ, man, holy shit. Brad is a master negotiator. I'll say that. That guy, man, holy shit, bro. Holy shit, that guy is a master negotiator, dude. I don't know how he pulled it off, but he was able to pull off a deal with the guy, and we made it happen. So I owe that man a lot. He is the man. God bless him. God bless him. He made my day yesterday. I was busy as hell, and he was like, "Hey, I got your Khabib." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I was just ate dinner. Holy shit, what's going on? It was nuts, bro. It was nuts. But yeah, enough about me. Let's get into what everybody kind of is waiting on. We got the wheel of names here for last week's Strike poker final table. We got everybody loaded up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 folks that were there on that final table. So we did have 2 prizes up last week. First one is the Volk fandom from me. So the winner will be the first name that is drawn out of here. We'll be getting the Volk fandom. And the second name will be receiving a Ponzinibbio Challenger that is from Gandhi. So the second name will be getting that from Gandhi. So we're going to go ahead and spin those real quick and see what happens. Good luck. Good luck to the final table, folks. First person with the Volk. Purple Haze, my man. Congrats, brother. DM me after the show, and I'll get you it over in a trade, brother. Congrats. And then the second person who will be getting the Ponzi from Gandhi. Gomez 77. Nice job, brother. Hit up Gandhi. He'll get you that Santiago Ponzinibbio Challenger. Might be needing him, maybe, with that challenge this week. We'll talk about that later. But all right, congrats to the winners. You know where to find us and to collect your rewards. Want to get right into what we got next on the docket here today, which is all these glorious, glorious Pride moments, everybody. So for everybody that wasn't really, some people weren't really paying attention, but I'm going to do a quick run through. The Pride packs were supposed to be dropped last week when we had an off week with no fights. There was some kind of issue on the back end. They pushed the pack drop to this week. So the packs did drop Thursday, which was a couple days ago. The packs did not sell out. There was 1,360 packs for sale at $119 price point. One thing that was kind of odd that a lot of us didn't expect to happen was how quickly the marketplace turned back on while the packs were still on sale. And that kind of killed the momentum with the pack sales, in my opinion, just because, people just started listing their Crow Cops at $80, dude. Like, hey, why not? Sure, but I feel bad for some of those folks that didn't hold on, because based on all of the decisions and outcomes and, stopping the sale of packs and those Crow Cops became pretty damn rare. Crow Cop is one of the lowest. We were all thinking Gomi was going to be that lowest challenger of the set, but Crow Cop is sitting at 320 owned, so 16 under Mr. Chimaev. So as of right now, due to distribution, we don't know when those packs are going to come out. We don't know. So I got a good question here. So worth holding and stacking any of those moments with count 950 since they're holding these other packs? Great question. So yeah, depending on, so we know they released all these moments. We're all under the assumption that there's got to be some sort of challenger. Why are they releasing all these challengers with Pride? We know that the new rule doesn't allow, moments to be in a challenge for up to 14 days. So, risk reward, maybe 14 days, 21 days. You might see a challenge with some of these guys, and some of these lower minted ones, could boom. But that doesn't mean they don't have a plan to maybe distribute some of these packs in the next week or two. With pick'ems, with random giveaways in Discord. You got to watch out for that stuff. So it's always risk involved, especially when they're holding the packs. They could use them for pick'ems next week. You never know. So, but in the short term, especially the real short term, yeah, there's definitely, Crow Cop, look, he already popped. People already saw the value there. As soon as they realized that he was a lower minted moment than Chimaev, boom, people started buying them. There's not many listed on the market. So I've got 9 listed there, sitting at 165. But yeah, it's still that question mark. When are these guys coming out? So you never know. It's definitely a risk. You want to take Crow Cop. You might see some undercutters come out soon. But yeah, definitely. Also, yeah, this is a good point too. How many full Pride set holders, maybe airdrops? Yeah, it's another thing too. You never know. You never know what they got planned for the Pride set. I'm going to go back to it here. So some of the other moments didn't do as well, especially because that whole MP situation opening up right away, like Sakuraba, and where's Don Fry? Yeah, those guys just literally went straight to the bottom as soon as not even like 30 minutes, an hour after the MP opened, these guys were already like down to $20. And I was like, holy shit. When do we get Ian Garry? I'm not sure. We'll talk about Garry later, but I'm not too sure. Maybe next week. I'm thinking probably they don't really do too much of that, like technical stuff over the weekend, so I'm thinking probably like Monday, Tuesday, maybe. But so yeah, Don Fry, Sakuraba, your two lowest priced guys out of the set. I mean, besides these airdropped ones that are pretty high mints now compared to everybody else and how they're distributed. So we talked about those guys last week. Next guy is Randleman. He was sitting like 27 to 30 bucks. I know he was closer to like 30. I got one for sale. Randleman. Silva's holding a little bit better than those other two guys. Simply because I think just because his name, to be honest with you. People like Anderson Silva, he's a legend. He's like a GOAT of MMA. But if you look at some of these guys, like I don't know if the Strike team will ever use them in a challenge, but like they're pretty low on the distribution factor. Pretty low. There's 641 Silvas out there. Yeah, look at this. I have to keep clicking Pride FC every time I hit back. Quality of life improvements. Help me. Help me. But let's see who else. So Wanderlei is an interesting one. He's at 426, guys. He's like a little bit above Gilbert Burns. And he's still got 224 remaining in packs. He's sitting at 50 bucks. The floor is kind of thin on him. But yeah, Wanderlei is another interesting one, honestly. It'll be interesting, like if they have a Pride challenge and Wanderlei is, a required piece. Maybe they don't do Crow Cop as a required piece. Maybe they do Wanderlei, or they do Wanderlei or Crow Cop. This guy could boom. So, be interesting to see. Next Pride moment I wanted to talk about was Gomi. Got to keep hitting that filter. Take a look and see what people are saying here. Well, Pride fandoms, yeah, I mean, they did set the standard with Gomi, who we're about to talk about. So Gomi is a Pride fandom moment minted out of 480. 480, yeah, 480. Sitting at 72 bucks right now. I remember we went through the cost to complete last week if you had 0 moments, and it was like close to 260 bucks. So this guy's sitting at 70s, not too bad considering people, they'll sell off their other moments, and then, the Gomi rewards at 70 bucks. But he is definitely sitting higher at 480 than our buddy Wanderlei, who we just looked at. But he is the only guy who is a fandom, which was the first time they did this. Not sure. I mean, it kind of sets a precedent based on what Chef Curry said. Maybe they do like Pride challenges that require some, hold some Pride moments, hold some other moments, and you get another Pride fandom that's added to this set. They got a lot of different options. Let's see what else we got. I think over time, these challengers rise up a good bit. It's a set. They're lower mints, and they're not fully in circulation. Even with that, it's a more obtainable. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's not as hard to get as like, an entire S1 challenger set. But this specific set, yeah, for sure. People that maybe want to dabble a little bit more and complete something. This is, it's a pretty cool set to have, especially if you're a fan of, how this sport came to be. These guys literally like paved the way for your Conor McGregors and your Khabibs and all those guys to do what they do today, because these guys were fucking duking it out, dude. Crazy style back in the day. It's absolutely insane. Let's see what we got. Hoping for a what we got? Hoping for a master that requires all. Yeah, I mean, could be. Yeah, they definitely have to have something lined up for it. We won't find out for a couple weeks, obviously. Yeah, no champ for this set. Very interesting too. There is no champ for this set. I know the 420 sets does not have a champ either. So I don't know if they plan on doing it or not, because they can say we don't want to have a champ, but who knows? We'll see. This is for a challenge. A few have been. Let's see. I know somebody popped pretty high. Was it Bass Rutin? Like earlier in one of the could have been one of the like earlier dojo challenges or a couple challenges after those dojo moments dropped. I remember Bass Rutin popped, but things were a lot different last summer than they are now, for sure, in regards to active users. So let's see. Yeah, they haven't definitely, especially because they held so many packs back. They definitely have a lot of options, and they can definitely you know do something interesting with that for sure. Overall, though, I know there's a lot of controversy yesterday about pulling the packs or whatnot. But I mean, honestly, from my perspective, we knew about the packs like 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago. Then they even pushed them back another week. So like you had ample time to get your shit together, if you really wanted to buy the Pride moments. But I will say that I'm sure they would rather have dropped these packs last week when there wasn't really shit going on. We just had the one challenge for Gomi. But it would have been interesting to see how those packs would have done and if they would have sold out indeed last week. Plus, I mean, we had so much shit going on this week. So we had Gomi wrapping up Tuesday. We had Garry announced as well. I think that was Tuesday. And then we had the pack drop Thursday. And then we also have the 287 collection challenge that dropped yesterday. So, like, I just think it was user system overload for some people. People maybe were like, I want to make sure I got, my Dapper on in case I need to buy a Gilbert Burns, if in case I need to buy a Pereira, if these guys hit this challenge, if I don't have one, going into the week of the fight, versus, buying these Pride packs that I might not need for a couple weeks. You know what I'm saying? For the people that were complaining, like, oh, why are you canceling them? Just leave them up. Does it fucking matter? You know what I'm saying? Like, they were up long enough. They've been up for, like, we've known about them for like a month. So, like, if you really wanted one, bro, and you're that pissed and salty about it, like, why the fuck didn't you get your shit together within the last month to get a pack? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, as soon as a decision is made or some shit, there's always going to be people that are upset. But that's just my take. Straight up talking, like, if I really, really wanted these Pride moments, oh, now it's a bottleneck, whatever, bro. You had fucking almost 2 days to figure this shit out. Like, I mean, and the shit was still selling like even 2, 3, 5 minutes after they said they were going to cut it off. So I don't know why people were complaining, bro. People always complain about something, but I've seen way worse shit in my day. Trust me, way worse shit. So yesterday wasn't fucking nothing. Absolutely nothing, bro. So on that note, man, how about that Ian Garry challenge? I'm gonna go to that right here. In and out, bro. Quick action Jackson with that one. Tuesday drop, Friday done. Didn't even get to talk about like it while it was happening, because I only go on once a week. But it was a quick one. I think a lot of people liked it. I liked it personally. I've been wanting to see like a nice Garry burn for a long time. He's a nice prospect. He's got, he's had some. His last fight was fucking nuts. But yeah, Garry's a cool dude, good prospect. So it was burn 4 contenders, any contenders, and then burn 4 specific Series 0 Ian Garry contenders. This bad boy closed at 599 mint, so we could only assume that maybe less than 600 was nice, but was open for especially after that snapshot. I think that snapshot kind of like when it was so low, and that's another reason which could have impacted the pack drop as well. That snapshot on Garry, because people might have had $120 in Dapper, but they're like, you know what? Let me spend the 40 to do the Garry because that mint is low. Fuck the pack. So I think that also, there's just a ton of stuff going on. I like the Garry moment though. Definitely one that we've been wanting, the one that we've been needing. Yes, sir. So burn tools off now. 599 Gary's on the way. I'm not sure what he's going to land at, but we could only assume, right? Okay, so we got Gone at 578, coming off a loss. Big, bad loss, though. So there's probably I think Gon's in a tough spot just because of how bad John Jones beat him, but he's very young in his career, man. And if he does what he needs to do, man, he could get there, I think. Especially like how he moves and his size and shit. If he gets some nice wrestling camps in him, I think he could do big things. 599. We got Mokayev at $70, up and comer, young guy. Something comparable to Garry, maybe, I think. Moreno champ, $75. Hot guys. So the hot guys are up, Islam, 583. Hamzat, 92. Yeah, so Garry, I mean, he might fall like between 50 to $70, I'm gonna say. Probably like right around $60 though. I'm gonna say right around 60 bones. Just because he's really exciting, up and coming young fighter, and looking to make some noise in that division. Yeah. Okay, 364 unique on Garry. Well, doesn't always mean those guys like to hold their shit though, brother. I'll tell you that much. Especially those people that got like 10 plus, 15 plus. I'm sure they'll be trying to move a few of them right off the rip. So, but I'm thinking like around $60. Maybe not. I don't know. Equity, need a female burn. Hey, we might get one. You never know. Especially because they just announced Nunes Pena 3. Maybe they do a burn for a contender like how they did for Fiziev back in the day. Something like that. Anything over $48 plus EV for Garry. Yeah, that's his cost. I just think, I think based on the mint size and how he's been winning and his, the strike market likes the active and younger fighters based on the prices, right? So that's why I think he could be maybe a little bit higher than his entry point of $48. It's because people aren't going to want to sell a Garry as much as they're going to want to sell, a Don Fry or some completely, some random other person. So that's around the same mint. Just my 2 cents. But yeah, I think we'll probably get it at some time next week. Probably they usually don't do anything on the weekends too much. So I'm thinking next week probably we'll probably get that airdropped at some point. Alrighty. Next thing I got on the docket is this bad boy. Who wants to talk about the challenge? Let me see some comments first before I get into this bad boy. Because, man, they hit us with a doozy. Nobody seen this shit coming, huh? I didn't see this shit coming. And I didn't see this shit coming either. This is the shit that I definitely didn't see coming. This one just blew my mind, bro. I don't know. I mean, just because I don't know. I don't know why they picked it. Maybe just because the chance of maybe the high mid count, they didn't want to give it to like a badass fighter like Alex or Izzy. But the risk of the high mid. But man, Jack Della, I was hoping to burn that mother. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure a lot of other people were hoping to burn him too. No, this ain't Top Shot, bro. This is definitely not Top Shot. Definitely not Top Shot. Let's see what we got. Interesting challenge with a surprising reward. Makes me even more interested in watching tonight. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we don't know what we're going to need. Nobody knows what we need. You could try and spec buy if you're that confident in picking fights and shit. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things they could do. I mean, that's a good moment you could have used instead of Jack Della, somebody who we could have burned. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting to see, especially because, yeah, this is true too. Has a risk for a super low. Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, if Gilbert Burns clears multiple categories here, like 4, and becomes a required piece, then shit, this could be a good one. This Jack Della could be a good one. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I will go over it real quick. First and foremost, we got this stat-based challenge, the first one we ever got in the history of Strike. So pretty much you have to collect one moment from 5 fighters qualifying for the following stat categories. So they have fastest finish, latest finish, most subs, most control time, most strikes, most significant strikes, most takedowns, and most knockdowns. You'll earn a Jack Della fandom moment based on if you complete it. So there's not too much info here, right? If any stat categories end in a tie, they say the leading fighter. Okay, so pretty much here's how it goes. There's not too much info here. Rob did post some good scenarios in the Strike Discord. Those messages are pinned in there if you want to look at some scenarios. But he said there's pretty much 8 buckets you need to fill, right? Well, excuse me. There's 8 buckets total, and you need to check 5 of these buckets by the end of the fight. So, based on, our 11 or 12 strike fighters that are fighting on the card, right? You only need to check 5. So if one guy does, told you, I might cough, guys, my bad. If one guy has the fastest finish, I don't know, latest finish, most control time, most takedowns, you check 3 buckets, right? And you only need to check 2 more if that's the case. They also said if nobody is a leader, I guess they said the next closest person. Only one moment. Yep. Yeah. So that was interesting too. So like a lot of people were speculating, like, what if Gilbert Burns and George go 5 rounds, and Gilbert hits 5 boxes. All you need is a Gilbert Burns, right? Yeah, that's it. That's all you need. Just one Gilbert Burns. If you have 2 Gilbert Burns, you get 2 more. You get 2 completions, right? So it's really interesting. It's going to be interesting to see. Everybody's going to be watching the fights anxiously, I think, tonight trying to be counting punches and seeing who had, this stat, that stat, who won this out of that. We only do need to track it for 12 fighters. But it'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting to see how it all plays out for sure. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. On that note, I'm going to run a quick giveaway for you guys while I have you guys here. 287. We're going to type 287 in the chat. Don't type it yet. Don't type it yet. Once I hit start collecting comments, we'll type it. Will I post a list? Yeah, I mean, I think Strike people are going to post a list, but I'll definitely copy it over to my server and make sure that it's easily viewable so anybody who wants to check and see. So we're going to run this giveaway. This giveaway was donated by S. Hool. He sent me an Umar fandom that giveaway here on the live stream. So go ahead and type 287 in the chat whenever you can. Go ahead and type 287 in the chat. 287 in the chat to enter the giveaway. 287 in the chat to enter the giveaway. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it all goes down with this challenge. It's pretty cool though. At first when I seen it, like when they first posted it, I'm sure a lot of you guys were the same as me. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Why do I have to read through all this shit? What is all these categories? What is all this shit? It just wasn't presented the best way, I think. But once we started talking scenarios, once we started figuring kind of how it could work out, it didn't turn out to be that bad of a challenge, but it could have been maybe, worded or kind of made a little bit simpler, in my opinion. Especially just because we had so many moments. A lot of people were hoping for maybe like an easy, medium, hard tier type thing, especially because we have a lot of, big challengers on the card, fandoms, Pereira. We have Gilbert, of course. Got a couple other challengers on there, but no champ pass. A lot of people didn't like that either. Jack Della, yeah, this is really what I mean. This is just completely out of the blue, just because of how many fighters are on this card. It's just that one really threw me off. Really threw me off. That's the only kind of like gripe I have about the challenge. I mean, once I kind of understood, how the hell to get there, it made sense. But the reward, just why Jack Della? Why Jack Della? Anybody know? Anybody know? But Jack Della ends on Tuesday, so it's technically a really short challenge if you think about it. So the challenge doesn't even start till the last fight ends, pretty much tonight. So it's pretty much like a 24-hour, 36-hour race to get whatever you need if you don't have what you need. So Jack Della. All right, y'all. Next thing and last thing we're going to talk about. Giveaway still running. 287 in the chat. Don't forget, type 287 in the chat if you haven't already to get into the giveaway. Not sure why they changed the challenges to Fridays. I just think, well, maybe could have been because the pack drop, right? Because the pack drop was Thursday. Oh, could be too. Good point. Good point to make sure all the fights are still on and everything, especially if they're going to go stats based, right? But yeah, it's a real interesting challenge for sure. All right. This is what we're all going to be tuning in for tonight right here, man. This card is going to be bananas. I don't know how excited you guys are for this card because I'm stoked, bro. There's going to be some bangers tonight. What fights are you guys looking forward to the most today? Fastest finish, Holland or Yanez? Chicks. Yes, sir. Yeah, this card's going to be sick. This card's going to be sick. We can run through it real quick. I'll give you guys my picks. I got Jackie subbing Sam Hughes. If you don't know Jackie, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu beast. I think she's 6-0, 6 finishes too. Yeah, she's a couple TKOs and mainly subs though. I think she gets it done real quick. This one's interesting, bro. Garcia's got a lot of height on this guy. He's kind of reckless though. This dude's more of a wrestler, more of a grind you out type of guy. I think personally, I think underdog takes it. I think underdog Garcia takes it, just because his size is a problem, and I think he's a quicker striker too. This guy might. I mean, if it gets, it's a prelim, right? So if it goes a distance, this guy's probably winning, but this guy could knock him out, stop him early. That's what I'm going with. Bahamundes. Everybody's going with Nacho, dude. I don't know who's not going with Nacho. It's Bilal's training partner. I gotta go with him, dude. Yeah, he's fun to watch, dude. He throws crazy kicks. Very, very good striking. He's a cool dude to watch. I like him. I like Bahamundes. Calvillo versus Godinez. She got some size, but I know she's old, bro. She's older. Her last fight, she's probably like, I know she lost her last few fights. She didn't look good in her last few fights either. I'm going with Godinez. I pick fighters of moments. Yeah, I agree. Sometimes I do, for sure. All right, that's the early prelims. We got the main prelims. So this fight was swapped. Chris Barnett was supposed to fight here. They swapped him for Carl Williams, who's a beast. And pretty much once they swapped him in there, yeah, the odds just like went crazy. Everybody's pretty much riding with Williams, just like me. Everybody thinks he's going to start Sherman. So that's what I'm going with. This one's tricky, bro. This one's real tricky. Because Mearshart ain't no joke on the ground, and Pfeiffer hasn't really fought anybody that good. The odds paint I think a much wider margin than I think this fight will be, because if this fight gets into the second round, I think Mearshart wins, personally. Because this guy don't have a gas tank either. Pfeiffer don't have a gas tank. It's going to be a really interesting fight. But he's definitely got the striking speed advantage. So I mean, if he could wobble Mearshart early, that's definitely how he's going to get the fight done. But if he lets it go to second, third round, Mearshart will break him and grind it out. I think to a decision or a sub. That's my thoughts there. Luana versus Waterson. I think it's kind of similar to the fight we just talked about. Waterson's battle tested. She's I mean she hasn't fought in a little while. Neither has Luana. She hasn't fought in a hot minute either. So they're both. I think they're both going to have some gas tank issues. To be honest with you. It's tough, man. I think the younger fighter wins, to be honest, just because of the layoffs they have. And I like Waterson. I mean, when she's on, she could keep the distance. She could, use her jab, use her kicks to, stay out of range. But I think Luana's too much for her tomorrow, for sure. I'm going Luana. Curtis versus Gastelum. This is another interesting one. Toss up. A lot of people are on the fence with this one too. Could go either way. Gastelum obviously hasn't fought in a while. It's going to be interesting to see how he bounces, ring rust, all that good stuff. This one's a tough call. Curtis definitely's got the reach. He probably has the better hands too, I'm thinking, which is why I'm leaning towards Chris for this one. Just think, just being more active, fighting wise. His hands are quicker. If Gastelum tries to do some wrestling and stuff, I don't think he'll be able to. Curtis is a bigger dude. I don't think he'll be able to hold him down too much longer. He'll get right back up and keep it moving. So I'm going with Curtis. A lot of the people agree with my picks so far. Cool. Glad to hear it. All right. Our boy, the guy we all wanted a challenge for, Mr. Rosas Jr. I think he gets it done, bro. I think the young boy gets it done, man. He's definitely got the size on Rodriguez. He's going to use that to his advantage. He's going to, manipulate space, shoot his takedowns, use that frame he has to, wrap a choke up somewhere somehow and then call it a day, brother. Yeah, I think Rosas gets it done and the hype train keeps going. And hopefully after he wins this weekend, they'll have to give us his moment, right? So that's what I'm hoping for. Thinking Rosas subby. Yeah, for sure. Big time moment for him. Big time moment for him. Money on Curtis. Like that. Shave his beard and lose. Bro, we got to talk about the shaving in just a second. Because, man, I got to talk about the new mythical fighter that's coming up here. Mythical fighter that's just been on the, put on the UFC roster. We got Holland versus Ponzi, bro. Potential fight of the night candidate right here. Could be absolute fireworks if Holland wants to stand. I think Holland also threatens the sub here too. He could sub Ponzi pretty quick if he wants to. But I'm riding with Holland for sure. I think his striking is way better, faster, crisper. Yeah, I just think Holland gets it done wherever. If it stays up or even if it goes on the ground, I think Holland can sink in a choke or something. Low key and call it a day. Yeah, he looks like he can knock somebody out. But Holland doesn't look like he can knock people out, and he knocks people out. I mean, he did have that rough fight against Wonder Boy, but Wonder Boy's hard to touch, man. Ponzi ain't. Ponzi ain't. Guarantee you, Ponzi ain't. He eats shots all day. So I'm going with Holland. Another fight of the night. Contender right here. This shit should be bonkers. Okay? It's a very tough fight for Adrian, man. I'm a big fan of Yanez. Met the man in real life. Coolest dude in the world. I'm really rooting for him, but Rob Font ain't no joke, bro. Ain't no joke. And Adrian tends to start a little slow with his fights, and I think he can't do that with Rob because Rob will take that first round just like that from his ass. So he has to be on the gas as soon as the fight starts. And if he does that, I think Yanez wins, bro. And I'm rolling with Adrian all day. All day. Not saying Rob's a slouch, but I got to root for my boy, dog. Got to root for my boy. It is what it is. Here we go. My mythical fighter I was telling you guys about. Afro Burns, baby. Let's go. Afro Burns, dog. 1-0 since fighting Chimmy. The guy's an animal. I hope he doesn't braid it. He might braid it to troll George, I was saying, but Afro Burns, he's the real deal. He's the real fucking deal. And I think he makes light work of George, bro. This was George maybe 5-7 years ago. Like, different story. But George doesn't have the same chin he had after that Usman knockout. And Gilbert throws hard. And if he gets you on the floor, you're done. So it's a wrap. It's a wrap, dog. It's a wrap. I'm going Afro Burns, mythical fighter, bro. Absolute beast. Don't forget, 287 in the chat, still running. I'm going to run it right before we end this bad boy. And I got our last fight of the evening, the main event for the middleweight championship belt. Alex Portan Pereira versus Izzy Stylebender Adesanya. Man, oh man, oh man. What is gonna happen here? Holy shit. What do you guys think, bro? I'm leaning Alex P. I'm leaning Alex P. What you guys thinking, bro? I'm thinking Alex P, dog. Just like he did the last 3 times, dude. And I think this time he might be a little more aggressive, bro. I think Alex might be a little more aggressive this time. Just because he knows if he could crack him once, bro, it's a wrap, dog. What do we got? Yeah. So we got Stylebender. Okay. We got and still. All right. Brain says Alex P. My heart says Izzy. I feel that. I feel that for sure. For sure. But man, Alex, bro. This dude ain't no joke, brother. This dude ain't no joke. Let's see what else we got. Izzy looks focused. Otherwise, he knows he's not going to get a title fight for a long time. Yeah, it's true. I mean, I was seeing people say like, "Hey, after this fight, Izzy's gonna go try and do some off the rope shit at WWE or whatever," because he got nowhere else to go. Because Alex is just gonna like weight bully him wherever he goes. You know what I'm saying? Alex TKO and going to put that chain on Izzy's collar. Pull the chain. Pull the chain. Put the chain. Yeah, he's gonna get his own chain shit knocking out Izzy, huh? He's gonna be our next strike guy with a chain, bro. Be sick if he had one of those chains on with that big ass hat that he wears. Be fucking badass, huh? How about it? How about it? Got Pereira. Yeah. Alex P. Izzy. It's gonna be a good fight, hopefully. Should be just like the last one, bro. It was intense, exciting the whole time. Absolute bonkers. We'll see, bro. We'll see. We'll see. See what happens. All right. Gonna run the Givey. Last chance to get 287 in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen. And don't forget, if you aren't already in the Discord, make sure you pop in. There's the link. We run giveaways. We run pick'ems all the time, every week, every fight week. 287 in the chat. I'm going to give it another couple minutes here, and then we will call it a day. Hope everybody has a great rest of their weekend. I know everybody's going to be tuned in tonight. I know I will be tuned in tonight for sure. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to run it. 287. This is for Umar Nurmagomedov, fandom from S. Hool. Appreciate you donating that, brother. Here we go. Chef Curry, my man. Congratulations, brother. Congratulations. Hit me up afterward. I will get you that moment, brother. We'll get it traded on Evaluate. Other than that, anybody have anything else for me before I head out today? Waiting. All right, folks. I appreciate everybody hanging out. Poker is going to be starting in a couple hours. Make sure you register. Check that out. Appreciate you, Real. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks, Chef Curry, for watching. Appreciate everybody tuning in today. Hope you guys have great weekends as well. Enjoy those fights. Appreciate everybody. Thank you for hanging out. And on that note, I think we're going to call it, fellas. I will be around. If you need to trade with me, you know where to find me. Catch y'all later.